Hosea 4:6, you know that scripture. My people perish for a lack of knowledge. And we stop there. But that's not the whole scripture, y'all. That is not the whole scripture. And I was shocked to see that that was not the whole scripture. Right? And I'm going to read it to you in the Amplified version because I feel like it's a bit more relatable. The language is a bit more accessible. And it says, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge of my law where I reveal my will. Because you, the priestly nation, have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you from being my priest. Since you have forgotten the law of your God, I will also forget your children. When I read that entire scripture, I was shooketh. I was like, yo, like it's so much more broader than us, right? When we don't know something and we don't take the initiative to do something that God is telling us to do or that's rightfully there, right, for us to learn, God sees that as a rejection of the information that he's given us access to. And he says, not only will I forget you, I'm going to forget your kids. So for everyone who thinks that, you know, my decisions just impact me, no, your decisions have a generational effect. Think about generational curses. Think about generational blessings. Your decisions today have a generational impact, right? So, of course, because I'm an educator, I broke these words down in the concordance and I wanted to know what they meant. And so my people means nations, compatriots, and compatriots are fellow citizens or national of a country, troops or attendants. So those are very governmental kingdom words, right? Nation, compatriots, troops, attendants, right? All right, let's keep going. So my people mean that. Destroy means cause to cease, cut off, perish, bring to silence, to be dumb. I'm gonna say it again. Destroy means cause to cease, cut off, perish, bring to silence, or to be dumb. Lack means failure, wearing out, or failure. Knowledge means perception, skill, discernment, understanding, or wisdom. Again, knowledge means perception, skill, discernment, understanding, or wisdom. Okay, so up to that point it says my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. All right, you with me? All right, so the rest of this, the next sentence of the scripture says, because you, the priestly nation, have rejected knowledge. Looked up rejected, and it means despised, refused, or cast off. Because you have rejected knowledge, I will also reject you from being my priest. And then it says, since you have forgotten, and that phrase, since you have forgotten, mean ignored or ceased to care. It doesn't mean like, oh man, I forgot. No, it means you ignored it or you ceased to care about it here. So God is like, I'm not playing with y'all. So since you have forgotten the law of your God, so the law means the direction, the instruction, the body of prophetic teaching, the custom, or the manner. So since you have forgotten the law of your God, and of your God means ruler or judge, I will also forget. Will forget means to ignore or to cease to care about your children. So let's do the revelation, right? Let me bring all of these meanings together in some type of succinct way. So here's how I strung all of these sentences together, or these definitions together. The revelation of this passage is, my nation, compatriots or fellow citizens are dumb. They are brought to silence and die because of their failure to perceive, to discern, to use wisdom and skill in accordance to my law, where I reveal my will. Because you have despised, refused, and cast off these things, I, God, will despise, refuse you as my priest. And since you have ignored and ceased to care about the direction, instruction, and customs of your ruler, I will also ignore and cease to care about your children. I'm going to say that again because I need that to sink in. He says, my nation, my compatriots or fellow citizens are dumb. brought to silence, and die because of their failure to perceive, discern, use wisdom and skill in accordance to my law, where I reveal my will. Because you have despised, refused, and cast off these things, I, God, will despise and refuse you as my priest. Since you have ignored and ceased to care about the direction, instruction, and customs of your ruler, I will also ignore and cease to care about your children.